All right, one more time. Let's start with a howdy. Howdy. All right. What a gorgeous day, right? You know the dear Lord shining his blessings on us when all of a sudden the clouds part and the sun comes out. And this is the prettiest day we've had probably all year. So listen, we welcome to your campus. We hope that by the time you leave today, those of you who have not had the opportunity to come and visit us, that you leave with a sense that this is absolutely your campus as well. We couldn't be more proud or honored that you've joined us on this incredibly special occasion. You need to know that every single person in attendance today, you all are all VIPs, and we feel that way. So thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Definitely a special thanks for our colleagues who traveled from College Station this morning for this milestone event. A special thanks to some of our university leaders who are here. We have President Mark Welsh here with us this morning. Whoop is right. Provost Alan Sams, Regent Mike Hernandez, right here, and others. Thank you all for making the trip. Definitely so very wonderful to see so many folks here that support Texas A&M University's commitment to serving the Rio Grande Valley. To say we're excited and overwhelmed by your support would be a complete understatement. It's incredible to see so many stakeholders and partners, and with that in mind, let me offer special thanks to some of our partners who are here today. No particular order, so please don't get your feelings hurt if you're at the bottom of the list, I promise you. So this is a list I was given, by the way. I did not draft it, as a disclaimer. Driscoll Children's Hospital, I know you're in the house. Harlingen Medical Center. Yep, let's give everybody a clap. Thank you. Knapp Community Care Foundation. Rio Grande Regional Hospital. South Texas College, I know you're in the house. Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. McAllen Economic Development, Keith's here. Definitely the city of McAllen, our partners from the city. Mayor Villalobos, thank you guys for participating. Region 1 Education Service Center, Danny King's in the house. Danny was telling me, by the way, that he was involved in the initial discussions about creating the nursing school about 5 or 6 years ago, right? So Danny, thank you for that. The Texas A&M Foundation folks are here in force, so thank y'all for participating. Obviously, Texas A&M Health. Kamloops School of Nursing, thank y'all. Lots of our faculty, our staff, and our students from the Higher Education Center are here. Thank you guys for being the phenomenal team. Dr. King with our Kamloops Vet School is here, thank you. August, I apologize, thank you. In various ISDs from the region, I know I saw Tony Lada, and I'm sure there are other folks here as well. So from the ISD perspective, you're our best partners we can have as we're trying to create opportunities here in the Rio Grande Valley. So thank you all so much for being partners, being stakeholders, and for participating today. I agree. I'd urge you to look around today. What you see is the fruit of enormous labor, the labor of many folks who are absolutely committed to the future of the Rio Grande Valley. Many of you supported the effort to create the Texas A&M Higher Education Center in McAllen, and I believe it would be very appropriate to recognize your efforts and commitment to creating educational opportunities in South Texas. Thank you. We are committed to make you proud, I promise you. I've known Chancellor Sharp for about 30 years, and I've heard him say the following many times over. As goes the Rio Grande Valley, will go Texas, and as goes Texas, will go the United States of America. I happen to absolutely agree with his assessment. I think it's accurate. The challenges we face, not only in South Texas, but beyond, they're significant. None of us are naive to that fact. But I'll tell you, I like our chances in the Rio Grande Valley. My optimism is not based on blind faith, but rather on the fact that folks in the valley are working harder, Senator, than we've ever worked before, more closely than we've ever worked before. And when you do that, you have that collective action that leads to very solid conclusions. So as we sit here today, we need to recognize that our job is not done until we create the number of jobs necessary to meet the immense talent we have here in the Rio Grande Valley. We're not there. Our job is not done, President Welsh, but we're committed to meet that goal. I've had the honor of leading the Higher Education Center at McAllen for almost a year now, and it's hard to imagine it's been a year, Regent Hernandez, but it has been. And I'm always proud to tell folks that our center gives students here in the Rio Grande Valley the opportunity to earn a Texas A&M degree right in their own backyard. Degrees that are based, by the way, and designed to meet the needs of industry in our communities. We offer the same world-class education, the same diploma, the same ring, the same pillars that have been the foundation for Texas A&M since 1876, except we do it here in our own backyard in McAllen, Texas. In short, when you're on this campus, and this, I'll attribute this to Rick Margo, I know Rick's in the house somewhere, you're in Aggie Land South. That's what we call this area for ourselves. Whoop is right. This is real important to note. I think it's important to point out that A&M's commitment to South Texas is not new. We're celebrating our 100-year anniversary with our Ag Center in Weslaco. Healthy South Texas Ag Life and the Colonia program have been working on improving the lives in South Texas for decades now. Texas A&M Train Program, Regent, at the Port of Brownsville is relatively new, but is already changing and impacting thousands of lives. We have hundreds of former students who have come back home to the Valley and are making an enormous difference in their communities. And of course, our center is in its 6th year of existence, currently offering 9 programs, which would include, and this is a shameless plug for our center here, I hope y'all don't mind, agricultural economics, biomedical sciences, construction science, human resource development, interdisciplinary engineering, maritime business, math science middle grade STEM certification, multidisciplinary engineering technology, and public health, which was one of our earliest programs. And while I'm telling y'all a little bit about these programs, I need to give a shout out to Dr. Fadias, Fred Fadias, and the coordinating board, because they are so instrumental in giving us approvals to expand on our programs that we desperately need here in the Valley. So a big shout out to Dr. Fadias. So with that in mind, let's talk about the reason we're here today. To have Texas A&M Health dedicate a new building on this campus for the School of Nursing, the School of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. August, and Biomedical Sciences is a significant milestone for our region. We're experiencing critical labor shortages in all these areas, and this new building will allow us to offer additional opportunities for our immensely talented folks in South Texas, which in turn will allow us to push further in fulfilling critical industry needs in the region. I see many of my former healthcare colleagues in attendance today. I was in healthcare for 20 years, so I'm acutely aware of the nursing shortage that we face today. To my former colleagues, thank you for your presence. Thank you and your team for everything you continue to do to serve our communities. Please let your folks know that help's on the way. This new state-of-the-art facility will give nursing students access to real-world clinical training, as well as offering veterinary medicine and biomedical science students the opportunity to further enhance animal health research and outreach. Such opportunities will result in many more highly skilled healthcare professionals and researchers in the Rio Grande Valley, which will ultimately help build a healthier and stronger community. In closing, I'm very excited to continue to work with Texas A&M Health to ensure our programs thrive and to help Aggies be as prepared as possible to join the local workforce. We are one team, one family on this campus, and we're proud to have Texas A&M Health in the family and on the team. Okay, we're at the point in the agenda where I get to introduce our guests this morning. And they all have some things in common, you'll see. One, they're all incredibly accomplished in their own right. Two, they're all completely aligned in wanting to make a positive difference in the Rio Grande Valley, both in word and in deed. A proper job of introducing you folks would probably take the balance of the day. I Googled y'all, I saw your bios. I would urge everybody else to Google them as well. You see what I'm talking about. We don't have that kind of time. So my intros this morning are going to be short, sweet, but poignant, I promise you guys. So let me start with this, though. We're incredibly blessed. We're incredibly blessed in the Rio Grande Valley to have a significant number of local elected officials in attendance today who've been champions for our cause. This would include folks at the school district, municipal, county, state, and federal levels, all working with us to try to create the opportunities that we so desperately need in the Rio Grande Valley. So let's do this way, if y'all don't mind. If you have held elective office, or if you currently hold elective office, or if you're here representing somebody who holds elective office, could you please stand so we can recognize your service today? Please, don't be shy. Thank you all for your time, obviously, but more importantly, thank you for your continued support. Very much appreciate that. So one of our biggest blessings in regards to having representation at the state level has been our very own champion of champions, the Dean of the Valley Delegation, Senator Chuy Hinojosa. During his 16 years in the House of Representatives and 20 years in the Senate, He's proven to be one of the most effective statesmen, public servants in the history of Texas. And note that I did not say politician, because that's not what you are. And nothing against people who are politicians. I'm not trying to suggest that. But I will tell you this. The level of respect garnered by somebody who is a statesman and a public servant, and that's what drives him, should always be noted and commended, Senator. And that's why I use those very specific words for you. So I'll tell you this too. If you talk to him, if you work with him, you will know this for a fact. He's a man of conviction. He's a man of his word. And he's the biggest advocate we have in South Texas right now to expanding and improving health care for our communities. Can you please help me welcome our very good friend, Senator Chuy Naranjo.
Good morning. And thank you, Manny, for your kind words and your comments about my tenure in the Texas legislature. For me, just in case you don't know, it's been cold and dreary and raining the last couple of days and last week, and then all of a sudden it was, John Sharp, our chancellor, was coming down to the valley. And guess what? The rain stops. The clouds open, and we got a beautiful sunny day. A good day, a positive day, a blessed day. And for me, I'm very happy to be here, and I want to thank our new president, President General Welsh. He was a president in the Air Force. I was just a grunt in the Marine Corps in Vietnam. But we are all on the same team. And then, of course, our regent, Mike Hernandez, thank you for all the work in supporting our campus here in McAllen. And I will say this, John Sharp was named chancellor in 2011. And when he was named chancellor, he made a commitment to establish a campus here in the Rio Grande Valley. I remember we met and discussed having a bigger footprint for us here in the valley, because we are very pro-education. We have a lot of Aggies here, and A&M has been here for many, many years. In 2014, 2015, boom, the commitment he made, promises kept. We started this campus here with the city of McAllen providing 100 acres in this beautiful part of our city, northwest McAllen. So I always tell Chancellor Sharp, and now you, President Welsh, and our regent, Hernandez, that we still have a lot of land available to continuing our rapid growth. So we expect them, just like us, working as a team with our local community, with our delegation, to make things work. Let me just share some numbers with you, because I think it's important. The commitment that we have made here in the Rio Grande Valley, not only by A&M, the regents, but also by the legislature, the delegation that has worked very hard to make sure that we provide the funding necessary to grow this campus. In 2016, the Board of Regents approved $30 million to start our campus here from the Permanent University Fund, the PUF Fund. Then in 2021, there was another $30 million. This money came from the Texas legislature to provide for a nursing program and nursing research facility. Then in 2021 again, there was a $20 million nursing educational building. Right? In 2023, there was $25 million from the state of McAllen, from the state legislature. So for us, this is important. We believe truly in education, making sure that all of us, all our children, anybody that wants to learn, that wants to find and get an education, that needs the training to be able to get a job and find work, that we provide them that opportunity. For me, when I see the growth taking place here in the Valley, and I see UTRGV, and I see A&M, and as many said, South Texas, right? South A&M, because we are a Texas A&M McAllen Education Center. So when you get your degree here, it's like the same thing if you got it up in College Station. So for us, it's very important for our kids, for our young people to be able to attend and provide and get a higher education. And I will end with this because I only have a short period of time. You will see a commitment from all our local public officials. You'll see a commitment from the state. You'll see a commitment from the Board of Regents. For us, working as a team is important because as A&M campus grows, the valley grows, provide more opportunities, and our economic expands. So I'm very happy and very glad to see this day where we are dedicating a new building, dealing with nursing research, dealing with veterinarian, which there's a shortage of veterinarians in our state. And one more point on nursing. I think it's important to understand that we, for years, have continued to have a shortage of nurses, not only here in the state, but throughout the nation. And it continues to get worse. But yes, as we expand the programs to graduate more nurses, there's a certain part of the process that we have a shortage of. And that is your training skill centers, right? That they need to be able to get the training and actual experience, what is called your clinical experience. So this coming session, we're looking to push and fund at least $150 million to be close to equal to the funding that we provide for residencies here in the state of Texas of over $200 million. Because nurses are just as important as our doctors. So again, thank you for all being here this beautiful day. I'm just very honored to work with my good friend Manny Vela and our good chancellor, John Sharp. I served with him when he was in the Texas House. I served with him when he was in the Texas Senate. So we go way back. And he's a great chancellor. I think that he's the best we have, not only here in our state, but I think he's one of the best in the nation. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so very much, Senator Hinojosa. And thank, if you can, the entire Valley delegation for their continued support as well. I think it's fair to say we have the strongest delegation in the entire state of Texas right now, and you're leading that charge, so thank you so very much. So Chancellor Sharp did intend to come down, and perhaps that is why the clouds cleared. I'll agree with that. He was not able to attend, and he sends his deepest regrets. Most of y'all know he's from Placido, Texas. And if you talk to the chancellor long enough to know, you hear from him, he's one of us. He's from South Texas, right? And he takes great pride in that. So I am sure it pained him enormously not to be able to make the trip down to there. But I think it's important for us to note that we are here, just as the senator noted, in very large part because of Chancellor Sharp's commitment to South Texas. In short, this is his vision, right? Now, it took an army to get to the point we are today. I think we all recognize that. But he was a catalyst for the reason we are here today, and I think that should be noted. I don't think I'm going out on a limb. The senator referenced this as well by saying that Chancellor Sharp has been the most effective chancellor in the history of Texas A&M, period. End of sentence. Next time you see the chancellor, please thank him for us, for the incredible work he's doing not only for South Texas, but for the world with what's happened at Texas A&M. Okay. We're extremely honored today to have our very own Board of Regents present as well. Mike Hernandez, class of '83. I was waiting for a whoop. I'm learning, the traditions, but I put whoop right here, so we're good. I say our very own because Regent Hernandez was born in Brownsville, and he has never forgotten his roots. He's a Valley boy through and through, and we're proud of that. He's absolutely the epitome of someone who has done well professionally and is giving back to his community in a very big way and making an incredible difference in that regard. His friendship is unwavering. His support has been unwavering. So please help me welcome Regent Mike Hernandez. He happens to be our ace in the hole, by the way. Please, Regent.
Howdy. It's exciting to be here. I apologize on John's behalf for not being here, John Sharp. I talked to him yesterday, and he didn't sound good. He's got coughing and stuff, nothing major, but he'll be all right. But I did want to pass on to you and reiterate what not only the senator said, but what Manny said about John's love for South Texas. He truly does love the Valley. He has funny stories from down here, and he truly has an affinity, and that was part of what connected John and I together was his love for this for our culture in this area. So thank you everybody for coming. We're celebrating our new nursing education and research building, and we're very proud of it. Obviously, this is going to fill a huge need that is needed here, and the beauty of it is we have a very successful and experienced healthcare professional running our campus, and Manny Vela. And if anybody doesn't know who Manny is, I'm sure everybody knows who Manny is, but just in case, I'll just say it. Manny's a Valley guy as well, born and raised in Harlingen. And the Vela family is very well known. Judge Vela, Filimon, Congressman Vela, and they're respected people and leaders of our community. And so to have someone from that family and someone like Manny representing our campus and our university here, our system for that matter, is I couldn't be happier. Right? Now, he's a TSEP, and that's okay. We love him. We love him still. But he's a true professional, has tremendous management experience. We're talking about a guy who managed for CEO of Valley Baptist Medical. He directed over 2,000 employees and 375 staff members. So we have the right person in charge. While we're talking about our leaders, I do want to mention our new president, General Mark Welch, who just happens to be from San Antonio. So he's a South Texas boy. Is that correct? You were born in San Antonio? Yes. Wanted to go to A&M, but went to the Air Force Academy instead. Not a bad deal. And ended up getting his master's at Webster University. After that, he became a career military man and just happened to ending up as a 4-star general who was the chief of staff of the U.S. Air Force. That's the top person. They go to the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and he was a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Responsible for over 650,000 active duty forces in the U.S. and overseas. After that, we were lucky enough to get him to come over and be the dean of the Bush School of Government and Public Relations at A&M. Now he is our president overall, and we could not be more excited. And this is a person who you'll hear in a minute is a tremendous communicator and a tremendous leader. And I could not be happier to have both of these men helping lead our organization here. I wanted to give you, A&M has been involved in South Texas and the Valley for probably longer than people realize. I'm just going to be real quick. Back in 1917, our students and faculty worked with the cattle industry here to combat the yellow tick fever as the herds were driving north. And that was a big accomplishment at that time. In 1923, the Vegetable Research and Education Complex, which is our AgriLife Research Extension Center here in Weslaco, was opened to help farmers. And recently, there was a problem with oranges. And if you all remember, there was a huge shutdown of the orange industry because there was some kind of either bug or fungus. I'm not a scientist, but it shut down the industry. It was these folks at AgriLife in Weslaco that solved it and saved the orange industry.